Hi friends, welcome to Tech Arkit YouTube channel. My name is Ravi. In this video session, we are going to see AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner course. The next video is about data encryption services. What are the data encryption services you have? What are the types you can use to encrypt the data? So what are the services you can use it here? One is KMS, another is CloudHSM. So key management service and hardware security module. These are the two services where you can use to encrypt the data in any other service you stored on AWS. Let's see what are the service type and how you can encrypt the data. Before that, let's see what is data encryption, right? So what it actually looks like. Example say, so I have my secret password. This is my secret password. I might store the data, the secret password somewhere else on my AWS service. It might be a S3 bucket or a EBS or somewhere else.
For more updates, click on subscribe and click on bell button for latest notifications.
What it looks like. So if you write the same one, it looks like a plain text password which does not have any encryption enabled. But if you enable the encryption, the data looks something like this. So if the hacker or some bad hand or the some bad people, they got this file, which is an encrypted file. So using the encryption key, if you encrypt the data, then it looks like something like this. If they still download the data, somehow they got the access to that, then they download the data, but they still looks something like this, which is not actual data, which is encrypted data looks something like this. So this way, if your data is stored in somewhere else, but your data still encrypted, if they stolen, they cannot understand what it is. But how you can do that? So you can do using the decryption key, and you can decrypt the data. Again, you see the same data what it looks like. This one, the encryption key and the decryption key will be managed with you. Then you can actually use the, while using the encryption, you can use the decrypt by decryption key. Then you can encrypt the data and decrypt the data. But if you lost this key, still you can recover it from the service which you are using as a KMS. So that way you can secure your data while encrypting the data. But what are the types of data encryptions you have? So where you actually encrypt the data. So what one is in transit. In transit means like I have some terabytes of data in my server location. I wanted to transfer the data. It might be a database files, plain text files, or the user home directory files, or the financial documents, or the HR documents, or anything. I want to transfer that from my server to the AWS. While copying the data, what you can do is that you can encrypt the data while transferring itself. Use the SSL certificate or encryption keys to encrypt the data. So which actually uses public and private keys to encrypt the data and decrypt the data. So you can, while transferring itself, you can attach the SSL certificate, so it securely transfer your data. So if you're transferring the data using the public cloud internet, then somebody tap your data, somebody gain access to your data, still they cannot understand what is the document is, because it is encrypted. So if you use the same certificate to decrypt it, you can decrypt that data and see that data what is actual there. So that's the in transit, while you are transferring the data from one location to the other location using the internet services. So what is the next one here? Data in rest. Example, I have transferred my data from my server to the AWS cloud. Then the data stores in rest, like it's stored somewhere else on an archival purpose or the usage purpose somewhere else, like EBS volume, EFS volume, or S3 buckets, or somewhere else I stored some data. Then if the data is not encrypted at the rest, you have to encrypt it using the KMS service, the key management service. Then if the data is in rest is encrypted, still if the data is stolen by somebody else or unauthorized access, they cannot do the reading. So example, in department, so you have a HR department or you have a financial department or other departments, then some folders are shared with HRs only, some folders are shared only financial departments only. Then if you get a cross team access, they can read the data. But to manage your data encryption, if they are not authorized to see but somehow they got the access, if they are trying to read the data, they can still not do that, because the KMS encrypted data, if you have that decryption key, they can only access the data and read it properly. Otherwise, they cannot do anything. So that's the two types. One is an in transit, while transferring the data should be encrypted, and rest, data at rest to be encrypted. Let's see AWS KMS, how this can help you to manage the encryptions. KMS is a fully managed service that enables customers to create, control encryption keys used encrypt their data in AWS Cloud. KMS provides a secure and scalable solutions for customers who need to protect their sensitive data such as financial data, personal information, and intellectual property. The KMS, what it will do, it easily do the key management. So that is the major one. KMS means key management service, where it actually manages the keys, the encryption keys and decryption keys. Encryption and decryption, so which can provide you to encrypt the data as well as the decrypt the data. Key rotation, example, say that you have encrypted and decryption keys, you have somehow you lost those keys, are those keys in bad hands, then what you can do, you can rotate those keys, then generate the new keys, so that you have a new keys with you for that encryption and decryption, so that if they got the keys, still those keys are invalid once you rotate the keys. But be careful once you're rotating, if the users are your legitimate users does not have those keys, they cannot read any data which is encrypted. Complaints, so of course this is majorly for any security and compliance matters, like where it actually have the regularities that your financial data should be accessible only to the authorized personnels, not others. So that's the compliance can be provided by the KMS, and integrating with other services like EBS volumes, S3 buckets, or EFS volumes, so that you can encrypt the data and decrypt the data with using the other services. Let's see AWS Cloud HSM, what it actually provides. Cloud HSM means hardware security module, is dedicated cloud-based hardware security appliance that provides secure key storage and cryptographic operations within AWS Cloud. Cloud SSM is designed to meet strict security and compliance requirements for customers who need to protect sensitive data and applications such as financial institutions, government agencies, and healthcare organizations. So these are the major institutions where they have the critical data platforms. So if your financial report is out, everybody knows what is your company's strength and how many credits you have, how many debts you have, all this information, right? So that way, if any investors are looking for your data, which is a false information or a right information, but went into the wrong hands, then your company might have risk. So, but this can provide you to provide the cryptographic operations to encrypt the hardware level. So it actually provides the secure key storage, allows customer to securely store their encryption keys and digital certificate in dedicated hardware appliance that is tamper resistant and designed to meet strict security standards such as FIPS FIPS 142 level 3. So that is a hardware where you can store your digital certificates, encryption keys, hardware appliance. So that's the secure key storage. Cryptographic operations. So CloudHSM supports a range of cryptographic algorithms and operations, including encryption, decryption, digital signing, and key generation. It also provides the high performance and low latency access to cryptographic operations, enabling customers to process sensitive data quickly and efficiently on the hardware level. Complaints, of course, it also complaints meet like HIPAA complaints, FedRAMP certified, HIPAA complaints. The customers can use hardware HSM to protect their sensitive data and applications while maintaining the compliance with the industry. So that's the cloud HSM can provide, and it can also be integrated with the other services. Of course, the cloud HSM cannot do alone itself. It can also use with cloud S3 buckets, RDS, key management to provide the complete security solutions to the other services. So these are the two major services on the AWS can be used to data can be encrypted while transferring and data at rest. That's about this video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Please subscribe to the channel for more upcoming videos and courses. Do share with your friends and family. They also learn along with you.